All right. I think we are just about set up and good to go for today. I see Sour Lad in the chat. I see Bits with inexplicable cum gutters. Good to see you, Bits. Let us go over to the layout for today and get the BGM set up, and we'll jump into Surviving Vampires. I think I need to fix the chat. Oh, yeah, that's what's causing it. One sec. There's like a little purple bar. There we go. All right, for music, we have a new soundtrack today. Let's see, we'll put the music about... We'll put it about there. If I need to turn it up or down, I can. We're sticking with Castlevania music, but I have a different collection of remixes that people have made. This is from... Vampire Variations, I think, is the collection. It's a pretty cool mix of things people have made based on the Castlevania series tracks. Hey, I see Lion Tamer's here, Draft Swine's here, Iconic's here, Eric's here. What's up, folks? Okay, we'll leave the BGM there. So it's been maybe 2 weeks or so since we did Vampire Survivors. What I've been doing is sort of spacing out when I stream this one based on the updates and content. And version 3.2C came out somewhat recently, so I wanted to take a look at it today. After this, it'll probably be the last time I stream this one until the major release, which is going to be in April. And the major release, I think, is officially going to be the first build that's out of early access. But it's going to be a pretty hefty amount of content based on the roadmap, I think. So that'll be a good chance to revisit it, because I do like playing this game. Let's see, Iconic says, hope you're well. Yep, I'm doing good. It's Monday. It's
Money on my mother mind.
the start of the
Got
week.
5 haircuts at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski made of wine. Foie gras bust of Albert Einstein. Get money.
Hey, I see Bits with the subscription and Prime subscription. Thanks, Bits. Hopefully you guys are able to hear the sub alert. It'd be louder if I had it turned up a bit, because I still haven't split my sound sources. Actually, I could probably do this. Let me up the BGM, and then I'll just drop the volume of the media player a little bit. That way, I'll be able to hear all the alerts. But yeah, thanks for the sub, dude. I'll keep an eye on the volume. Bit says it's a little quiet. Yeah, I upped it about 10%, so if that happens again, you should be able to hear the alerts. Alright, let's jump in. What are we looking at? So, the first thing that's new on the power-up screen, this is our static power-ups that are passive effects on the game. I'll sort of do a breakdown for folks who might not have seen this game before. Hey, that's Soggy Froggy in chat. Hey, what's up, Froggy? Welcome to the stream, man. Eric says, yo, crew, I'm gonna take my sleep medicine if I sound crazy. That's probably that, so don't worry. Oh, not a problem, Eric. It should be a nice chill time of surviving vampires. Alright. With the latest update, we have Banish. as we'll see once we get into the game proper, when we get a level up and it gives us a choice of weapons to put in our inventory, Banish allows us to take one and completely eliminate it from the rolls of choices we get. So if there's a build we're going for and we just don't want a weapon or power up, we can expel it straight out of the lineup and never have to worry about it again, which is pretty handy. This is brand new. Well, if we take a look at the character screen, we've got a pretty big lineup of folks. The latest one that came with the update that I unlocked before we started today, a few days ago, is a new character called Pugnala Pravola. And she was introduced, I'm pretty sure she's a she, in the last update, and she has a new weapon. So we're going to take a look at this character. And her perk is she gains 1% might every level. And over here on the left, we can see all of the passive power-ups that we have in the screen you saw before, as well as the innate passives that each character has, since their stats are slightly different. And let's see, we can compare her to Antonio. She has higher move speed. And looks like she has lower armor. He has an innate armor bonus. Huh. So she shouldn't have a whole lot of stat difference, but the fact that her might goes up every level, and I'm assuming it's uncapped, could be interesting. And this weapon is new. These kind of handgun looking weapons. Oh, I see Iconite Redeem Hydrate. Will do. Bit says swear timer is still super cheap. Yeah, the swear timer is really more of a meme here, since I don't swear. That's why it's so cheap. But if people redeem it, I'll put it up. And we still haven't quite decided if we want co-hosts to be held to that swear timer, which might be funny. We'll have to see for the future. Oh, Edward's here. Edward redeemed Rakufaktu. Alright, let us go grab a fact from the list. And I see Red Dragon's here. What's up, Red Dragon? We were just getting started. Where is my Excel document? Okay. Here's one that I don't know if I've talked about before. I know some people I've talked to know this already, but an actual real fact is I drive a manual transmission car, and I'm one of the few people that I know who has one. Let's see. Red Dragon says still have bad internet here. Sorry, that says it Wimby today. Yeah, there's a whole slew of folks here. All right, let's jump into some actual gameplay. We'll test out Pugnala on the inlaid library, since this one is one of the easier maps to test things out, since it's not terribly complicated. All right, so she starts with two different weapons. And let's see. What do I want to banish? I'll banish. Oh, whoops. I didn't want to take Laurel. I think I need to click banish first. Alright, well, this isn't going to be an optimal run. That's alright. We do have new graphics on some of the weapons. Looks like they redid the sprites. Things like the fire wand have a lot more detail now. Oh, hey, I see Wazzy throwing up the glow sticks in chat. What's up, Wazzy? Welcome to the stream. Alright, will it tell me the names? I'll have to wait till they come up in the upgrade list. But, oh, there we go. Let's see. We can go Song of Mana. Will get us some good defensive damage. We'll have to wait till the handguns come up. Fiera der Tufello. And power-ups give one more projectile. Ooh, we can get Skull. We'll see if I end up regretting that later. Because this map is mostly horizontal, we'll make our way to the left towards the books. Red Dragon says, Rock, you ever played Slay the Spire or Risk of Rain 2? I've heard of both of those, especially Risk of Rain 2, but I have not played them yet. I've heard good things, though. Might be worth checking out here on stream sometime. Eric says, chat, I'm going to the Pokemon Yellow casino. Give me all your money. I'm getting a Porygon? Good luck. May all of your rolls be jackpots. Alright, guess we'll work on getting the evolve for these guns so we can see what they look like. I know a little bit about them, but I haven't done much research since I wanted to sort of experience that on stream today with all of you folks. Okay, the blue ones are called Ate the Sparrow. Alright. And it looks like the projectile speed and frequency is what's being upgraded each time. Alright, as we proceed, we'll need to keep an eye out for evolve items that we need. I didn't show it off a second ago, but one of the new things in the update is if a power-up can be used as part of an evolution, it'll just tell you on the item screen now. So for newer folks that are just learning the game, it'll say you need this item in order to evolve this weapon. Which is a nice touch. I see Bits is talking about returning from vacation. Didn't you go to a con while you were traveling? Hopefully that was fun. Okay, let's see. I think we need Tiragisu for the guns. I'll go ahead and grab it. It might be that we need to actually get the evolve before it'll tell us on the screen. We'll find out. Meanwhile, the name of the game will be trying to survive through the waves as much as possible, while we keep damage and weapon upgrades sort of in line with the increasing spawns and enemy health. Froggy says, this game is giving me a Gungeon itch. Enter the Gungeon is kind of like a roguelike exploration type game, right? This game definitely takes a lot of inspiration from the wave-based survival games, but it also does it with some really interesting mechanics with these different weapons and combinations you can get. And I'll do my best to sort of show that off here. Alright, let's test out Banish. We'll take the stone mask out of the rotation because we get it for free on the map. We can grab Duplicator. Yeah, Duplicator would be good. I think that increases the overall amount of projectiles or guns are shooting. Bit says, I did not go to a furry con. Walsey says, yeah, you did. Bit says, I was there for sightseeing and a concert. That sounds fun. Iconic says, yes, I love Enter the Gungeon. Edward says, oh, hi, Mark. In response to the, I did not. Your best Tommy Wiseau impression. Okay, here's an example of the hint things on the screen here for the spinach, which gives us a damage boost. That is evolution item for the wand. We'll go ahead and grab it since it's come up. What we really need is a bigger weapon, like a bigger spread type weapon. Looking for the King Bible. Alright, we got Power for the Laurel, which again I didn't mean to choose. But I guess we'll see what it looks like when it's maxed out, since it's a weapon I don't normally take since it kind of sucks. Just taking a look at the BGM. Some of these tracks are kind of quiet because they're kind of a mix of kind of classical type tracks and then metal and other types of things. So some of them might be more quiet than the others, but I'll sort of leave the volume where it is in case it picks up. Alright. I'll keep going guns. So for folks who, again, haven't seen Vampire Survivors before, on the left side of the screen, where my cursor is, you can see all the items I've collected, and the little squares are the levels for the upgrades. For the guns, we've got level 7 on the first one, level 3 on the other one, and so forth. We are looking for level 8 to max out and evolve. But let's grab King Bible. We'll get level 8 on Fiera del Tufello. Start working on 8 the Sparrow now. I think these have to both be level 8, and then you get an upgrade as long as you have, I think, the Tiragisu. which functions kind of like the birds we've seen on previous streams. You have to level up 2 of the birds, and then you get an upgrade. Red Dragon says, the game does look fun, and for £2, it's a deal. Yeah, this game is really fun, and it's in early access on Steam right now, and in USD, it's like $3. If you're interested in these kind of roguelite, wave-based games, which are pretty fun, I highly recommend it. And if you can't afford it because budget's tight, then send me a message on Discord and I'll buy it for you for $3 because it's pretty fun. Let's go. All right, I need to be careful so I don't burn up all of my upgrade slots. I think we're gonna get one if the guns merge. Let's go Candelabrador, and then I think I'm gonna go speed for the last one. We're making our way to the left for the book upgrades, which are just spawn on the map. Like so. But I have to wait until I've got a full inventory to pick up the extra ones, or they'll occupy a slot. Alright, song. See, Iconic Boar redeems Swear Timer. Let's do that. Red Dragon says, tempted to do that? I don't know. That's too kind to do for a stranger. It's all good, man. I think this game needs all the recognition and praise it can get just because it's kind of an obscure indie game. Given I played it for probably about 50 hours and it's still in early access, it's pretty telling. Alright, so now let's see. We'll put off on upgrading Skull since that's going to make things more difficult. Red Dragon says I have no channel points as it says failed to load module. That might be related to your connection. Iconic says, are you friends on Steam? Because I think you can't give someone unless you've been friends for a month. I did not know that. That would be good to test. That might be something we can look actually. Let me try something here. Actually, I don't think I'll be able to do it on stream. I will look into that for next time. There's a couple ways I can test that, but I don't want to worry about it on stream for now. But that would be good to know. Iconic says, I've friended peeps on their birthdays and it wouldn't go through. It'd be nice if you could just get redemption codes for a game by paying for it. You know, you pay for like a pack of codes and then you can just give them to people. Alright, well, let's see. Tiragisu. We'll level that one up later. That power-up, which is a little cake thing down here, that one allows you to revive if you die. I don't normally get it, but I think it's necessary for the weapon that we've got. weapons. I'm gonna kind of park here near the free tome. Then as soon as I get my 6th weapon, then I'll go grab it. And I want to do that quickly because the enemies are going to get tougher. The waves in Vampire Survivors are pretty much tied to the timer. And as it proceeds, there's certain milestones in the timer where you get an unusually more difficult wave or the enemies switch up. I think the next breakpoint is 10 minutes. So to that end, we want to power up our weapons, first and foremost. Get damage up, and then everything else is sort of second priority. What's our might bonus at? Probably 34%? Oh, 88%. Okay. The fact that this character just gets 1% damage increase every level means you could probably do some really nutty builds. Really high scale damage. We're also getting a damage boost from the spinach. It's 10% per level. Oh, I see. Iconic says, I keep getting an error message and would tell me a problem. Looking up, I had to be friends for at least a month. Let's see. Wazzy says, that's an issue I'm going to have to think of for Extra Life. Okay. Yeah, that'll be something I need to look into as well. We will figure it out. It'd be nice if I could just, like I said, get codes and I can just hand them out to people and they could download the game. Alright, I'm going to leave the chest there just in case I have to wait till after 10 minutes in order to upgrade stuff. And in the meantime, keep working on the arsenal. Power up I'm looking for is the bracer. We'll go for speed. No bracer. Oh, were the emotes going out? I wonder if Twitch is having issues today. Oh boy, now it's getting thick. We've got spoopy ghosts and mummy zombies. There it is. Bracer is projectile speed up 10%. That, I think, could be fun with the handguns. So we'll throw it on there and see how much that affects the projectile speed. But let's see. Alright. Let's go get that chest and see if we get the evolve. Red Dragon says I have them back now. It's my net. And you could ask the dev to buy a group of codes from them. Maybe I will see if I can do that. The main dev for Vampire Survivors is fairly active on Twitter, so I could probably just DM the guy and ask him if I can buy like a pack of codes to give out. I will see about doing that. See if I get a response. And I did not get the evolve. There it is. Faragi? Union of the twin handguns. And now that combines them into one and frees up a slot. And now instead of the bullets, we have these beams that sort of shoot outwards from the character. Ooh, now we can get axe. That'll be helpful. And they shoot out like these laser beams, which is kind of neat. And with that, we can upgrade the rest of our gear. I think the guns, not the evolved guns, start back at 0. So we'll just keep upgrading them as we go. We'll see how the damage works in the later waves. Having something that shoots out from all angles looks pretty useful. We'll go song. I think empty tome is going to need to be priority too. That's cooldown. The free item I got on the map. That reduces cooldown for all my different weapons. In theory, I bet you could have the lasers almost out constantly if you were to upgrade them. So we'll find out. Actually, you can check here. Nope, the evolved ones don't start at 0. They're just straight up maxed out. Okay, might be able to get an evolve on the fire wand. The chests for the evolutions or the upgrades only drop from certain bosses. I don't think it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed at certain breakpoint bosses, but not all of them. I think technically the Candelabrador, which is area effect, that should also help the laser beams too. Cover the spread. What we're doing now is making our way to the right. The stone mask is sitting there for free. Oh, I should have looked at my level. One more on Song of Mana. We get the evolve for that one. There it is. I could have waited on that chest and then just got that upgrade. It's alright. I can't tell if that's the area effect or the cooldown, but now we got lots of laser beams on screen. I think that's probably cooldown. Constant firepower. That's pretty neat looking. I guess we'll see his damage scales if it keeps the waves off me. Alright, let's keep making our way to the right. Wow, look at that thing go. If I was using the character that had decreased cooldown, that would probably be better for the Bible. Since I don't have the evolve item for it, I won't have a constant barrier up, but I might not need it if I have the guns. Alright, now we're on Skullomaniac. This thing ups Curse by 10%, which increases enemy speed, health, quantity, and frequency. Basically, harder difficulty every time you upgrade it. And now it's maxed out. And the skull is required to evolve the Song of Mana. But on the bright side, it means I'll get levels faster. Looking at stats, Might is plus 155% damage, which is pretty good. Right, that's the evolve on the axe. Turns into the Scythe Death Spiral. And now we've got this array of projectiles shooting out sort of in a spiral from the character. Also pretty good for just getting enemies off you. How close? Alright, still a ways off. Just gonna beeline it towards the stone mask. Eric says, guys, I already lost 300 coins in the Poke Casino. Ruh-roh. Just remember the golden rule of gambling, Eric. You can never make it back when you're already down. That's how they get you. I guess better advice would be don't rebuy in if you lose all your money, because you can never make it back. I don't know if Froggy's still here, but he might know. I know he is a recreational gambler. Alright, we are at just under about 90. Level 90, a little over halfway in the run. Alright, just about there. Alright, there's a stone mask. That ups the amount of gold I get from chests and drops. And may or may not be a JoJo reference. And now we technically don't have to move. We can sort of just path around and see how well our weapon loadout does. Eric says, gang, can I sell one of you for the Porygon? You can sell Pokemon in the casino? On the black market? Oh, I missed a chest. There it is. Should get the evolve on Song of Mana. Yep. Managia? Manamana? That changes the pattern on Song of Mana and also could potentially slow enemies, which is nice. Eric says, yeah, there are 4 Pokemon, 2 very rare, 1 exclusive, and some that are OP. Level 105. I think we've outpaced the enemy HP so far. Should get a boss at 20 and 25, I think. That dragon says you could sell your kidney for about 2,000. Just kidding, please don't. See, that's what Pokemon needs. It needs an underground black market for selling things like Pokemon or organs. Eric says, already done it. No more organs left. Well, at that point, you have to start finding other people's organs. That or donating vital fluids. I knew a guy in Earth School who couldn't keep track of his finances too well and had to resort to donating various fluids and learned quite a bit about the going rates and requirements for doing it for some of them. I think at one point he donated so much blood and plasma they banned him from the bank. Sarlat says no organs, like the Megamind meme. Sarlat says, I guess the blood bank ran out of juice and snacks. It's more like they told him if you donate any more blood, you're going to die. So come back in like 2 months. And when he went to the other fluid donating bank, he got kicked out because they have really specific requirements for donors. And I remember him telling me about that, and he was pretty upset. Apparently he thought you could just walk in there and drop a deposit like a bank and then get paid for it. Turns out it's a lot more complicated than that. Eric says, I just got 135 coins. That's lucky. Iconic says, the Megamind meme would be no beats. Someone needs to explain that meme. I've seen it everywhere. I don't really understand the joke. Ooh, super chest. It's all money. Yep. Red Dragon says, I can't give Red a white stuff as my illness stops it. Ah. Well, that would eliminate that as a potential avenue. Sourlat says, no maidens meme. Yeah, I get what the meme's saying. I just don't get why people think it's funny. Because obviously there's the default one. There's the one that's tailored towards, you know, whatever, be it maidens or what have you. I just don't understand the punchline. Iconic says, I don't believe there's anything deeper. Sorry, that's his funny face, I guess. Yeah, that just seems like a weird thing to make a meme of. I can understand if it was a reference to something. Then, like, no blank means, you know, it's a reference to something from the movie or from something else, but if it's nothing more than that, you could literally put that message on any image and it would be the same. Eric says, already made triple the coins I had. I'm getting this bread, gamers. Tarlad says, it's just Gen Z without the deep fried. Iconic says, there are memes that are simple and there are memes that we all agree. Like, we all agree John Cena is invisible. Yeah, the whole evolution of meme culture is interesting. As a person who's been on the internet for a long time, my definition of what qualifies as a meme is obviously very different from the way it is now. Nowadays, you can create any sort of image, put text on it or something, and just call it a meme. But way back in the earlier days of the internet, a meme was a reoccurring thing. It was like a running joke that people made, and then they did different variations on the joke and, you know, changed it. It's just sort of a different landscape of internet culture, I suppose. A good example, like Star Wars Kid is one of the older memes, right? Just the guy swinging the stick around. And then people took that and they started adding effects, like they add lightsaber effects, or they green screen him into other things and have him like fighting Pokemon or something. To me, that's meme evolution, where you take something and then you change it and you make it transformative into something else, but it still retains the running joke. A lot more creative. Red Dragon says, I think it's easier to find Bigfoot than John Cena. Wazzy says, sit down everyone. Grandpa Raku's gonna tell us what a meme is. Well, it doesn't need to be anything more complicated than what I just described. Another one that maybe some of you might be too young to remember is the Brian Peppers meme. The kind of unsettling looking guy that they took an image of and they just started photoshopping him and editing him into all sorts of different situations or videos or all sorts of stuff. Now that was a classic meme. Iconic says, yeah, Raku, some random things we made in the memes, like the dumb SpongeBob chicken meme that people used to insult each other, even though the context of the image was SpongeBob being hypnotized. Well, a lot of times the context of the original property doesn't have to matter too much. People can just take anything and then change the context to whatever they want. But what makes a really enduring meme is something that's recognizable, but also malleable, and that you could turn it into something else. Like there's the SpongeBob caveman meme, right? People took that one image and they basically use it as like a reaction to different things. That's a better example. I don't find that one particularly funny, but I get it. Alright, we're at 26. We got 4 minutes left to not get killed by something. We should be alright. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if the beans are giving knockback. Iconic says, back in the day, sus was a joke from YouTube poops and not Among Us. I remember hearing the word, but not as commonly. You folks want something that'll put things into stark perspective. I have a young nephew who's 8. I think he's 8 years old. And he's really into Minecraft and all sorts of other stuff. It's pretty much all he does. And he started using the word sus, and his parents do not like it. I saw that family somewhat recently, and I was sitting right there, and he said something was sus, and his dad's like, cut that out. I said, I know what that means. But he doesn't know it from Among Us. He just knows it from hearing it said amongst like Minecraft streamers and all sorts of other stuff. Because obviously he's too young to play Among Us. I was like, oh boy, that's making me feel old. Red Dragon says lies. You can't have human family. We're all just a simulation. Iconic says sus acquired through mitosis. For that nephew, more like osmosis, I would say. Just a funny conversation. At least he didn't call someone a sussy baka. I feel like that was the other shoe that was going to drop in the conversation. And then his parents would have just looked straight at me and like, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know. Must be one of those anime words. Alright. Now it's getting a little bit dangerous. I think a better indicator of how good the Ferragi is on defense would have been if it didn't have the Bible and I could see if it can actually keep things off. We're at 135, might 209%. That's a pretty high damage boost. I think it would pair better with Labora, the Santa Water upgrade that's basically just hazard zones on the field. Our dragon says wording is hard. Indeed, wording is very hard. You could go your whole life mispronouncing a word and not realize it until the internet calls you out in front of everybody. That would be pretty embarrassing. Oh boy, now they're actually getting close. There's less than a minute. The Bible is not keeping him out. Song is sort of keeping him out. The Death Spiral and Hellfire are sort of keeping him out. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably go for a different combination of defensive items if I'm going to survive. Well, we'll mess around with this character a little bit more and try a different combination of items. It doesn't help that I sort of borked my entire setup by getting the Laurel. I did not want that. It's basically occupying a weapon slot. Whew. Alright, I think we're okay. Alright. Now, Reaper's out. We have, I think, 3 revives. There's 1. 2. Might have 1 more. It's a lot of level ups. I just keep getting chicken to keep my life up. Eventually, yeah, I'm probably dead now. There it goes. Red Dragon says, Team Tosker wouldn't know how that is, right? Oh, Wazzy is still here. We're not pointing any direct fingers. Oh, nope, I got another revive. Yeah. Now I'm dead, I think. Yeah. Alright. Let's see how we did. Okay, we got 3 unlocks. We unlocked the guns. We got the Evolve achievement. Total run, 30 minutes, 24 seconds. That's a lot of gold, 11,000. Reached level 162, it's pretty good. Took out almost 100,000 enemies. And it looks like DPS-wise, Furagi had the highest incidence of damage at 12.3k. That's pretty good. I think if we swap King Bible out for the Holy Water or Santa Water, that would be a good switch. And then Laurel. Instead of Laurel, maybe Wand. The Holy Wand. Machine Gun. Lion Tamer says, imagine being happy because you're correct about calling American cheese a dumb nickname. Oh, plastic cheese. I can't even argue that one. I've never heard it called that here in the States, but I can totally see why people would. So I can't argue with the term. I think it's accurate. Alright, don't think we have any new power-up unlocks. Nope. We'll keep Curse at 2, since this is, again, I don't want to make my game too much more difficult or I'll just die constantly. Let's take Pugnala again and try and go... Let's do Mad Forest. We'll switch levels around just to get some variation while we experiment with the character builds. Wazzy says, I'm literally just vibing. Lion Tamer says, you failed the vibe check. Alright, let's go Mad Forest. Let's give us a change of scenery and a different enemy set. We can go Lightning Ring. I'll try and go for a different loadout of items, a slightly different loadout. See if we can optimize our damage a bit better. And on the map, we've got Skull up here, Hollow Heart, Clover, the Pomerola, and Spinach. So that means I don't want to pick up any of these items because I can get them for free. But we're going to make our way close to the Skull, which we need to evolve the Song. So I'll probably go for Song again, and then maybe go Song and Holy Water for defense. Eric says, I just come back and Wazi is already angry. What did she do? She didn't do anything. It's just her legacy is inescapable when it comes to funny moments on the Toxicure stream. And I can't keep the chat from bullying her. But I still say the plastic cheese thing's pretty funny. We'll go wand first, then maybe axe later. Red Dragon says we did nothing. Okay, there's the Santa water. We'll grab that. Now, looking at the way the weapon sort of works for the guns, before you evolve them, they're pretty okay. I'd say they're mid as far as effectiveness. But once you evolve them, you get the Beams of Death. That's where they really sort of become useful. So it's a bit of an investment, kind of like the birds. Oh, I forgot to turn Swear Timer off. But Iconic redeemed another one, so we'll just refresh that. Red Dragon says, just waiting for Wazi to kick me. Yeah, she does have mod powers, so be careful. If you bully her here, she does have powers to time people out or boot them unceremoniously from chat. Not that she'd ever do something like that. Oh boy, alright, got lots of enemies. I did see that Red Dragon redeemed Drop a Beat, so let us do that. Fortunately, it's easy to pause in this game. I'll pause the BGM. Alright, what do we want to do for a beat? Maybe something more hip-hop oriented? I gotta kind of warm up. We're going in cold. Iconics is a beat with no swearing. Indeed. Alright. Going for guns. Alright. We need a tracked orb to evolve the water. Make sure there's none of those on the map. Yeah. Red Dragon says a bouncing beat. I will do my best to think ahead on future beat ideas. That way, in case anyone redeems another one, I don't have to sort of try and pull something out of thin air as far as freestyling goes. Ooh. A lot of bony boys. Okay, we're not gonna go Bible this time. Let's see. I guess we can. I'll leave it in the rotation. There's some other less useful things I can banish outright. Things like the mask or laurels. I need to make sure not accidentally pick them up this time. Let's see. Don't know if I'm going to need Bracer this time. I don't know if Bracer really helped the laser beams. We will hold off for now. Oh, I haven't seen the cross in a while. Let's banish Hollow Heart. I won't be picking that one up. Wazzy says, have you tried a run where you just pick the terrible things? I have not. That would be an interesting experiment. Because there are weapons and power-ups that are not that effective compared to other ones. So if you're talking about like a super challenge mode where I pick all of the things that are garbage, that might be an interesting idea. I'm going to see if I can actually beat a run that way. Maybe we'll do that next. And maybe what we can do is have people vote on who they want to see. We'll go back to the cast list and have people vote on who they want me to pick for the hard mode. Wazzy says, do it. Take the garbage. Alright, we'll do that next. It'll definitely be a challenge to intentionally pick the things that are not good. But if I could beat a run picking nothing but garbage, then I'll get cool guy points. It'll also depend on the character that I choose as well, since some of the characters' perks and starting weapons are better than others. Got wand. Now we're hitting the tankier green zombies. Red Dragon says, could do a channel point redeem on top, middle, or bottom. Or you're talking about the item choices? That's an interesting idea. The problem is the amount of things you can choose depends on luck. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4. So it might make it a little more complicated to try and set up choices that way, but I'll think about that. I'd say do a poll, but having to stop and do a poll for all those would probably get kind of tedious for you folks watching. But we'll do the garbage run first, and then we'll see. Something like the choose a power-up could be fun if we have a big group of people on here. I will give that some thought. Oh boy, now I get lots of bats. Red Dragon says, you need a co-host then? Yep, that's probably true. If I had someone else on here to manage that, that could be easier. Alright, we'll leave that chest there until we start getting closer to evolve on some of these things. There's Song. Alright. We'll continue with guns. Looks like they took away the screen flash when the rosary goes off. Unless it's turned off because I have flashing effects off. It's possible. I'm used to seeing the big screen clearing nuke whenever I pick that item up. Alright, we'll grab duplicator, extra projectiles, and we need it for the ring. Alright, 8 the Sparrow is at level 8. Guns are fully leveled up. Now we need the Tiragisu in order to evolve to the Firagi. We're a ways off on the other ones. We seem to be getting lucky with gun drops. We'll grab Candelabrador, which we don't need for an evolve. But having area effect is going to be helpful, I think. Now we're looking out for Tome. We need the cooldown book. Keep going for Song. Oh, now we got tanky bats. Alright. Be careful. Those things will ruin my day if I let them surround me, and they don't go down quickly. Tons of health. Try not to stray too far away from one, the chest, and two, the skull. Sort of keep them relatively close. Alright, another chest on the map. As soon as we can get the Tiragisu, then we can grab one of those and try and get the evolve on the guns. It has not come up yet. Oh boy. Big skeleton wave at 11 minutes. Good experience. Free money. Guess we'll go ring. Seems like the general strategy when choosing what to upgrade is weapons and damage first, and then whatever's highest level that's closest to evolving, just grab when you can. Unless it's a power-up that's really important. Yeah, this loadout's tearing through these skeletons pretty good. Alright, level 8. Alright, we can grab and evolve potentially on the ring. There it is. Thunder Loop. More lightning damage. Now we can go wand. More wand. There's the Tirikisu. Could try and get that evolved. You can see the Thunder Loop going off. It basically shoots downwards and then across the screen, nuking everything in its path. We did not get the guns on that chest. Go for water. Grab tome. Now let's see. We have one more slot open. Skulls on the map. We have the evolve for the wand. We're going to get one more slot for the when the guns merge into one at the upgrade. So I'm going to leave a spot open, maybe get the axe. Put the axe in the final spot since we got the candles. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Eric says to the chat, "Yo, chat, have you ever had a thought in your life? Like a thinking thought?" Well, me personally, my 2 brain cells are working overtime. I'm known to have a thought in my head occasionally. Eric says, "I haven't." Guess that sounds like less stress? Question mark? Wazzy says, "Be a thought." Well, that has already become part of my legacy, so you don't gotta tell me twice. Okay, we need to keep moving up. Stay in range of the skull. As soon as I get the last power-up slot filled, then we should be good. Wazzy says, "No thoughts, only thoughts." And Wazzy says, "Hey, is this working?" Yes, I could hear the generic bit alert. I haven't put a custom sound in there yet. In fact, thanks for reminding me. I need to do that. But thank you for the 100 bits, Wazzy. Hopefully it was audible. It's a little chime. Iconic says, "No thoughts, head empty." Eric says to Wazzy, "That is something natural for me. I just be there being a slut." All right. Yes, Wazzy, I know I need to put a custom one in there. My time this last week was spent preparing for yesterday's stream. I will work on getting a soundbite loaded for the different bit allocation amounts. That way we have something cool to listen to every time it goes off. Alright. Should be able to get evolves on one of these three. Guns, wand, or water. Guns. Alright. I'm gonna go refill my water bottle before we continue. I'll be back in 1 sec. We'll let the BGM rock and chat. You can talk amongst yourselves. And I'll be back in 1 sec. Alright, I have returned. What has Wazi said about me now? Rakufaktu, he started fires in elementary school? Depends on where you're talking about fires. Back on Homeworld, we did go camping. Wazi says, Rakufaktu, he only eats caramel apples? I have not had a caramel apple in forever. But it does sound good. Wazi says, Rakufaktu, he says, roof weird? Don't know what you're talking about. I speak English good. Red Dragon says, his avatar looks like a kid trying to fool his parents and he's asleep. Wazi says, Rakufaktu, he doesn't own a toaster. That is true. In fact, I do not own a toaster. Wazi says, Rakufaktu, his favorite movie is the live-action Lion King. That is not true. I have not seen the live-action one, but I heard it was pretty bad. Eric says, yo gang, what's your favorite kaiju? That's a good question. I do like Godzilla a lot. Godzilla and King Ghidorah kind of be a toss-up between those two. Iconic says, got to go. Thanks for the stream, Raku. Best of luck with the rest. And Iconic says Gigan for kaiju. That's a good choice. But see you later, Iconic. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us today. I hope you got a good evening ahead of yourself. Alright. Let's see, where did we leave off? We were looking for one more power up and one more weapon. Oh, one passive and a weapon, rather. Okay, we'll go axe. Now, let's see. We've got axe evolve. We need skull yet. We got everything else. So I guess I could go bracer again. Spellbinder. Yeah, we'll see if we can get bracer. Just projectile speed. Yeah, we'll do that. See if we get lucky and have bracer come up again. Then we can grab the skull. Red Dragon says, what kind of dragons do people like? Does the Lernian Hydra count as a dragon? It's dragon adjacent, if anything else. Other than that, it's this, for me, the standard dragon design is pretty cool. As a person who plays a ton of Monster Hunter, there's a lot of dragons in that game. A lot of things classified as dragons that aren't your stereotypical dragon type. Got a lot of wyverns. Alright, for the boss, that should give us an evolve. Labora. Okay, that's good. More defense. There we go, axe. Still keeping an eye out for bracer. We're about the halfway mark. Now it's going to come down to luck of the draw on whether or not we're going to get that last power up. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we do that. We're going to run up and grab the skull. And we'll make our way to the left. No, make our way right. The hollow heart, and then try and get spinach. Alright, there's the holy wand. The minigun. Which might actually pair pretty well with the damage upgrade. It's the wand is good for knockback, but it doesn't do a ton of damage. Paired with Pugnala's passive just straight damage boost, that might actually work pretty well. And we're just going to book our way straight to the right. I thought I read somewhere right after this latest version dropped that if you let yourself intentionally get killed twice and burn your revives, then the Tirigisu disappears out of your inventory. Maybe we can try that out once I have everything I want on the map. Because I'm fairly confident this build is going to be fine towards the end game, or end of the run. And freeing up the slot for something else could be useful. We'll see. I can get movement speed, I can get armor. Or actually, that's... armor's technically a weapon. I can get movement speed. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. But now we're making our way further towards the right to get spinach. Okay, we need 2 more levels to evolve Song and a bunch on the axe. Let's see if we can get one of them here. Get one more. There we go. Let's see if it'll give us the upgrade. It's either going to go upgrade or give us another axe. Alright, that works. Menaja. In response to Red Dragon's question, Lion Tamer says bad dragons. That is a valid opinion. Alright, how close? Continue to make our way towards the spinach. Okay. There it is. I guess we can just move to the right and get the other one too. It's a free level. Wazi asked in chat, how would you fight off a vampire? Garlic? Or sunlight? I guess technically if you follow JoJo rules, you could also fight off vampires by punching them a bunch. Oh, we're maxed. How close are we? Let's grab the chest up here first. There it is. Lion Tamer says steak? Not steak with an F. Red Dragon says, tell its mother they're past their bedtime. Oh, you're thinking of Hot Topic vampires. Wazzy says I would just act real into it and let them bite you? Here's a question for the philosophers. If you're about to be attacked by a vampire and you ate something that had a lot of garlic in it as a meal before, would it hurt the vampire if they sucked your blood? Alright. I don't think we have enough time to get all the way across the map, so we'll just try and hang out here. We could test the revival thing. Just let these suckers kill me. They can get close. I might have to wait till a boss spawns. My weapons are killing the enemies too fast. They don't do enough damage. Oh, there we go. If I just wander right into a big clump of them, that'll kill me. Alright, that's one. So we need to burn 2 revives. I think we have 3 in total. Ozzy says, no, Raku, garlic doesn't go in the blood. Only if you vomit on the vampire. Yeah, but what if it's coming out of your pores? If you eat enough garlic, sometimes it'll come out of your skin and you'll smell like garlic. Does that mean you essentially become one big vampire repellent? Whoops, come on. Just kill me. There we go. It is still in my inventory. I wonder if I have to let it kill me one more time to burn all my revivals and then it goes away? I guess we'll find out. If it just sits in your inventory, that kind of sucks. We'll try it. And I've got 3 of them. There it goes. Okay. Oh, I see. One of the things I picked up slots into this spot. So we can't get another item. Alright, that's good to know. We basically have to do that before we hit any of the on-map free items in order for it to work. Lion Tamer says, what if you inject liquid garlic in your veins? Wazzy says, then you should go to the hospital. Yeah, don't do that. Alright, got 5 minutes left before the end of the run. Oh, there's the boss. 25-minute boss. Lion Tamer says, am I the only one who disliked how Twilight had their vampires basically as ice people? Whenever a vampire got injured, their body parts would shatter like ice. Didn't they sparkle as well? I know nothing about Twilight. I've never seen the movies or read the books. I just know they were a thing. Oh, I think the overall amount of beams on the Firagis decreased. I think it's based on how many stock revives you have. So it should be 3 less beams, which is kind of something to keep in mind. I don't think burning the revives is necessarily that efficient. Keeping them just in case something goes wrong and having the extra beams I think is worth it. Alright, 4 minutes. We're at 106. I guess we'll see if we end up getting as high a level this run compared to the other one. We're at max curse. But we're not getting any rolls. Oh, it's because I banished the Hollow Heart, huh? Oh well. I guess I shouldn't have done that. If I was going to pick it up. I guess now we'll see if this particular item loadout is going to be strong enough to keep the last few waves off me. Just looking at the damage spread, it definitely looks like the Ferragi does a ton of damage. But it'd be doing more damage if I had the rest of the beams. About 2 minutes left. Might's at 193. Red Dragon says, there's an anime called Interview with Monster Girls that goes through why monsters have weaknesses. I have not heard of that one. I've heard of Interspecies Reviewers, which came out a few years ago now. But that sounds like an interesting premise. Alright, just a little over a minute left. Now we got some of the more tanky waves. I think this combination's keeping them out though. Yeah, as soon as they sort of get into the kill zone for the water, which is what the light blue circles are, then they tend to get melted pretty quick between that and the beams. So I think if we're talking for about an optimal setup, combination of weapons, Ferragi plus Labora seems to be a good one. And then Song of Mana. 135, 136. Might's at 213. We're getting all of our levels right at the end here. It's going to be not quite to the extent in the last one. And that's the run. No revives. Wazzy says, I just like cryptids. That is true. You do like cryptids. Cryptids are interesting. I don't know if I asked you this before, Wazzy, in one of your other streams, but for something like Spooky Sushi that you're doing, would you ever consider doing SCPs? Like a breakdown of SCPs as part of Spooky Sushi? That could be interesting. There's a lot of really unusual and neat creatures that are part of the whole SCP lore. Alright, how do we do? 7,900 gold. Hit level 148. 56,000 enemies killed. Firagi was our highest damage again. Labora close behind. Red Dragon says SCP. Yeah, have you ever read the articles on the creatures from the SCP project, Red Dragon? There's some cool ones in there. They're all basically coded by numbers, and it's sort of like a fiction world where people describe these creatures. Eric says, SCP these nuts. And Wazzy says, it's technically supposed to be part of it, I'm just really slow at them. Oh, okay. And Wazzy says, that's why Sushi's spoiler intro was the procrastination rock. I see. There are a couple of the SCPs I think are pretty neat that I would recommend. One, just to see how you would draw them, and also to show people a breakdown of some of the weird monsters that come out of that whole lore. All right. So that run was interesting. Let's do a garbage run now. I'm gonna put a poll up for characters. Let's see. We'll pick a couple guys. One. Can I do 4? Maybe we'll do 3. Let's do this. Which character to use? We'll do 3 of them. We'll do Arca. This dude right here. Alucard looking guy. We'll do Imelda. And one more. How about Cavallo? Actually, we'll do Mortaccio. I'm pretty sure he's going to win. And we'll put this up for 1 minute. And this is going to be the run for picking garbage power-ups. So, what says Croce? Croce's, well, he's better now, but he's kind of garbage. If we do this again, then maybe I'll throw him in the mix just to punish myself. Oh, interesting. Imelda's in the lead. Couple seconds left on the poll. Oh, looks like we got a winner. We got Imelda. Imelda's pretty strong. She's fun to play with. She gets 10% more experience every 5 levels for a max of 30. Let's see. We'll go Melda. Let's do Dairy Plant. This is a pretty tough stage. Well, says, I don't know what I picked. Eric says, yo, who voted so many times? I think you can use points for the poll. Oh, yeah. And it tells me who contributed points, too. It's a mystery, Eric. I don't know who could have done that. Alright. So now, this is a garbage run. So I need to pick the least optimal of my choices whenever this menu comes up. So I'm going to go Rune Tracer because it's the only one of the 3 that doesn't have an evolve. It's a good weapon, but it can't be strengthened at all. Next up, I will go Clock Lancet. Also an okay weapon, but no evolve. So we'll do that. Next up, Pomerola is easily the most garbage thing on here. Red Dragon says, I'm back now. Eric says, hello, back now, I'm Eric. If Edward's not here to do the dad jokes, I'm glad Eric has stepped in to fill the role. Walsey says, stepped in like a stepdad. Heyo. Alright. Of the 3, yep, Stone Mask. That's the most garbage pick there. This is going to be tough. So far, we're not doing too bad just because the waves aren't very difficult or quick yet. But it's going to step up. Eric says, hello, Glad, I'm Eric. Yep. Dad jokes all day long. Alright. So we have to go with the most garbage choice, even if that means avoiding a new item. So we're going Pomerola. One of the least useful weapons or power-ups in the entire game. It gives you passive regen, and it's really not that good. You need Pomerola to evolve Garlic. So if I get lucky enough to have Garlic be the worst pull of the group, then I could potentially get the Garlic evolve. Oh, let's see. Wand, Clover, Candelabrador, Armor. Yeah, Armor's the worst pick there. Oh boy. Wazzy asks, if you had to be a monster, what would you be? Eric says is Chimera, a Chimera or a vampire. All right, Clock Lancet. Yep, that's the worst pick there again. If I had to be a monster, who would I choose? Maybe a Cthulhu? 'Cause I feel like no one would mess with me. And if they did, I'd just make them go insane. Alright. Yep. Pomerola again. Clock Lancet, Magic Wand, Garlic. Technically, Garlic is advantageous, so pick Clock Lancet. Okay, Magic Wand, Pichone, Hollow Heart Spellbinder. Hollow Heart is the worst pick there. Eventually I'm going to have to pick weapons. And then I'll just come down to what's technically the worst of the weapon choices. But even still, this is a very unoptimal setup. I've got an assortment of passives, but very little offense. Now let's see, Pomerola, Wand, Cross. Yeah, Pomerola again. Eric says, have you seen that Project Zomboid game? I believe so. Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of. I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. I'm gonna assume it's some sort of action survival zombie based game. Oh boy. Lots of lizard men and fish dudes. Eric says, Hollow Heart sounds like a Hollow Knight and Kingdom Hearts crossover. I need to go back and finish Hollow Knight at some point. That's a good game. So that says SCP the Peanut Matthew. Let's see. Of the choices here, let's get back here. Wand, Whip, Spellbinder. Spellbinder. Pretty much helps in zero capacity for what I've got equipped. Ugh. Red Dragon says, oh yeah, I love Hollow Knight. Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'm about a little more than halfway through the game. Alright. Pomerola, at least that one's fully upgraded now. I don't have to choose it anymore. Oh boy. It is getting tough to sort of dance around the waves. All my damage is coming from Rune Tracer, looks like. Okay. Now we got Armor, Magic Wand, Fire Wand. Yep. Armor's the worst choice. I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm eventually just going to get overwhelmed due to lack of damage. We'll see. Magic Wand, Tract Orb, Tirigisu. We'll take the Tirigisu. That's the worst choice there. Revives are nice, but it doesn't synergize with anything we've got. Eric says, I have to complete the final Pantheon. Eric also says, Project Zomboid. It's a very good one for what I've seen. Very complex and fun, and very easy to mod stuff into the game. Huh, interesting. Okay. Now we have offensive choices. We've got the knife, or the wand, wings, and the knife. The knife, in my opinion, is the worst. We'll grab that. of these stone mask. Stone mask again. It's so difficult to do damage. The reason why I don't like the knife is because it only fires in the direction you're facing. And so if you want to actually hit things, you have to be constantly spinning around in order to hit them. And if you're spending time dodging, it's very difficult to get things to actually get nailed by the projectiles. Having slow isn't bad. If I can't kill things, then it doesn't help me too much. Basically just having to keep dancing. Hope I don't get boxed in. Note how long it's taking me to get a level since I can't kill things. That's what's making it tough. Alright. We've got wand, armor, fire wand, or Fiero de Tufello. Yep. We're basically going to have most of our passives upgraded before we even get to weapons, assuming I live that long. Maybe I can try and lure the waves into the dairy carts, since it does pretty decent damage. Oh, now we got the fast skeletons. Weapon? Please, weapon? I'd rather it be the Rune Tracer or the wand. But I'll take what I can get. Alright, weapon? Okay. Better than nothing. Spellbinder, wand, knife, spellbinder. I guess technically I can make my way up to the right and get the free passives on the board since I'm already maxed out. I don't think that would be outside the rules of the garbage challenge. Yeah, it would have been better to go for the candles, but that's alright. Get the attract orb. keep heading north. North and up to the left. Northwest. I'm going to eventually have a ton of bosses on the board because I can't kill them fast enough. They'll just keep stacking up. Trying to run me over. Get level. Uh-oh. It's a lot of skeletons. Alright. Let's see. Magic Wand, Fire Wand, or Whip? Worst choice here is actually the Whip, but it may work out. Because I do have an evolve item for it. Maybe that'll help me, assuming I last long enough to get it. Oh boy. It's a lot of skeletons. Weapon? Ooh, alright. Triple chest? Okay, whip power-ups will work. That'll keep the enemies off me. Alright, wand, pentagram, rune tracer. Pentagram's gotten evolve. We'll go rune tracer. Okay, Hollow Heart, Stone Mask, Armor, Stone Mask. Which is almost maxed out. Oh, I overshot the attractor. Oh boy, oh boy. That's a lot of garbage. Oh, I can't drop any of these lizard enemies. Red Dragon says, I do think you would enjoy Risk of Rain 2. I will look into it. Like I said, I've heard good things. I've just never played any of their Risk of Rain series. But I'll look into it. If it looks cool and something to check out on stream, then that might be something to look at in the future. I just realized I've been on mute for like the last 20 minutes. Or maybe 10 minutes or so. My apologies, folks. I've been talking at nothing. But the challenge for garbage was pretty tough. I'd be down to do that again sometime. It would come down to luck of the draw. But definitely worth it. Red Dragon says I thought it was on my side. Yeah, sorry about that. I think it was probably muted about 10 minutes towards the end of the run. But you didn't miss much. I was basically running around frantically trying to survive for getting mobbed by angry skeletons. But I think we will go ahead and call that a stream for today. We could do another run. But I think we'll wrap here, and then in the future, when we come back to Vampire Survivors, I think there'll be more content, especially if the next big drop is the official release of the game. We'll see. I'll think about when I want to do this one again, because I do enjoy just running through and grinding. Walty says, thanks for streaming. Hey, no problem. Thanks to all you folks for stopping by and hanging out. Let us see if anybody I know is online for a raid. Oh, Bits is on. Good timing. Let's go raid Bits. I think this is their first stream back since being on vacation. So let's go. Say what's up to the burb. So let me go ahead and pause this. We will go to outro. And that is not the outro. That is the outro. And we'll go raid Bits. So yeah, once again, thanks for stopping by and hanging out, and I'll catch you folks in the next stream. I believe we're doing Persona 4 Arena Ultimax on Thursday. So I will see you then. Let us commence the raid.